I'm going to do an insight video today, and again, I've been talking a lot about spiritual truth and sort of like wisdom and understanding, and sort of like awakening to like soul knowledge and soul understanding and soul qualities, and all of these things are connected. And like I said, over the last few days or a few weeks, I've been sort of like talking a little bit more about archangels. Um, I sort of like every day. I more or less like call upon sort of Archangel Michael for spiritual protection and sort of like connection to like oneness and understanding, and coming back to this like law of vibration, this law of oneness, which is what we're all here for. You know, each and every sort of like master and guide and angel and archangel are here to bring us back to that oneness flow of the universe. Other archangels like Metatron, that brings like the flow of the universe, the divine flow. The sort of the Metatron cube is very much around sort of like linking us to that source energy, that source light, that oneness of divine understanding, that we're all part of the same source of light, that we're all part of the same vibration. We're all connected to that, and we're all sort of like born of that, and we all sort of walk around with that vibration, that frequency. And the archangels work in that way. You know, Gabriel's like is the messenger, giving you the divine flow, waking you up, awakening you to that divine essence and that divine intelligence, which again connects to our Moira, which is an ascended master energy that brings the divine intelligence, the divine flow. Um, Again, sort of Uriel, the archangel Uriel, that brings sort of like illumination and sort of like I've said, I've seen this angel and this energy sort of like bringing a beacon or a flame or a light in the past, and it very much illuminates and guides us, and it lightens the way, gives us clarity, understanding, insight to many different sort of like situations and events, and all of these angels and energies work in service of us. But it's not like even in service, because they're working with the infinite sort of source energy and light, the vibration, the law of oneness, this infinite um, vibration that all of us are connected to. It's not in service, it's working. It's like bringing that energy, that light to us in a way that service is what they do, but it's not in that way. They don't necessarily serve us. They bring us higher awareness, they enlighten us. They bring us awareness that we are these spiritual beings, and we're walking with this light. Activation to like our soul qualities and our soul wisdom is important, because like I've said before, each and every one of us has soul qualities and soul wisdom that is needed for this time. And this is why the angels are working with us. This is why the masters are working with us. Like Sadkiel, the archangel Sadkiel, works with transmutation and transformation, but also so does Raziel, the archangel Raziel, with transmission of spiritual knowledge and spiritual wisdom, as does Saint Germain. You know, and all the ascended masters, they are bringing this transmission, the transmission of like this energy, this light that's needed for this time. And many of us are, you know, are on this path, and we've chosen to incarnate for this reason, to awaken to that and that understanding, so we can once again bring the light back to the planet, bring the light back to our lives, but also bring the light back to each and every one of us. The light is literally source energy, source light, which is, I mean, I was listening to something a while back, and it said it was a sort of like, it was a lady that was talking through like ascended masters, like an audio book, and the title of it is the light shall set you free. And that's true, because the light is the energy, it's the wisdom, it's the insight, it's that frequency that we know that each and every one of us are at our true nature. And the light works in many ways. The light illuminates, it brings us wisdom, it brings us clarity, it brings us understanding, it brings us insight. And this is why it's important to express that light and express that wisdom. And again, it also connects to this notion of spiritual truth, you know, our spiritual essence. And this is what the teachings are very much around, and it's bringing us back into that. It's sort of like Saint Germain, it gives us this energy, this alchemy, this creation, but it also gives this energy gives us this ability to transform and transmutate. And each and every one of these angels and these masters that work with us, and like I said, Lord Lanto with illumination very much connects. I feel like, you know, when I start talking about illumination and I start talking about like Lord Lanto, I also want to talk about Uriel and the fact that, you know, the light bringer that brings this light, this energy, it shines wisdom and knowledge and understanding on situations, as well as does, I feel like, Lord Lanto with this illumination, this light, this wisdom. Um, it's all about presence as well, being in presence, being sort of able to walk as in this light, but walk as that light. It's like Christ, the Master Christ said, like, I am the light, I am the light, I am the way. In that way, we're all that. We've all got that ability, and this is why we've all incarnated, is to once again awaken. And we're all on this path of mastery, because we're all on this path back to oneness, back to light, back to source energy, source light. And I keep talking about source energy and source creation and light, because it's co-creation, and it's the understanding that we awaken to that will, that state of consciousness, that we are spiritual beings that have consciousness to shift and change reality. We are co-creators, and that's why we've come back here, and that's why we've incarnated, is to create a different reality here, so it comes back to that one vibration, that one frequency, back to source energy, source light. And that is the purpose of each and every one of us that have come back, and that's why the masters work with us, that's why the archangels are working with us. And it's about us opening again, and keep opening up to this wisdom, this light, this understanding. And this is why, like, a lot of people in daily practices are opening up their energy channels, opening up their light to become more of a channel for that. Because when we walk and we open ourselves up as a channel, we become more, we become closer to that source light and energy that's in each and every one of us, and we start to walk as light, we start to walk as spirit, we start to walk as spiritual beings on this planet. And that opens up our channels to, again, it allows us to start to receive again, like I said, that soul wisdom, those soul qualities, so we can start to activate those, but also bring them into like reality, into our consciousness, so we can start to express, and we can use our soul wisdom and our soul qualities in a way that one enhance our life, but also help to enhance and shift and change to the frequency of the planet. And this is why the Ascended Masters work with us, and this is why the angels work with us. They work with us to come back to this source creation, this source light, but also to bring that knowledge and that wisdom that we've accumulated through many different lifetimes to this time, to this place, to this moment, right now, so we can start to shift and change reality. And this is what this time's about. And it's the purpose of each and every one of us as souls walking on this planet at this time. That is all of our purposes. We've come back for that reason. We've come back because this is a perfect time for alignment, for the planet to attune in and become again open and connected in a way that's a much more spiritual time and reality. And this is what the ascension process is about, coming back to oneness. And like I've talked about Lemuria, and I've talked about like Atlantis in the past, and that's what this time was about. We walked and we expressed ourselves in a spiritual way, and we were spiritual beings. We were spiritual beings having a human existence. But obviously in Atlantis and Lemuria time, being human is very different, because it was on a very energetic level, on a very energetic frequency, where we were much more harmonized with the universal source, with the source light and source energy. And we were also connected and much more with the infinite realms of light and energy, and the infinite dimensions of creation that are still here now. And this is what this time's back. We're coming back into that, like a universal community where we're very much connected. And like, this is the kind of sort of things that I feel like when I'm working with the spiritual energies is I should be talking about, but many of us should be talking about. And this is why anchoring is so important, and this is why sort of bringing back that light and the energy. And this is why they talk about universal sort of laws, because it gives us tools and ways of opening up and connecting again, and being in that one vibration, that one frequency. But it also allows us to integrate it and harmonize it with our lives. And angels and masters and guides are all about integration and harmony. They're all about harmony and integration, but they also, because they work with the source light and source energy, which is all about unconditional The unconditional flow of source light and energy is very much about being in harmony. It's about being in expressing true wisdom, true understanding, but it's also about connection. It's about being connected, and it's about vibrating as one. And this is what the spirit world knows, and this is what the spirit world tells us, that we are one vibration and we're one frequency, and we're supposed to be aligned with that and vibrating with that. And when we do that, we can bring wisdom, we can bring understanding to our own lives, but we can also show wisdom and understanding to others, but also anchor in wisdom and understanding for this time and this age. And this is what this time's about, and this is why I feel like a lot of the things that we're given, and the archangels, their sort of like knowledge and wisdom again is coming back to this time, as they helped us very much so in Atlantis and Lemuria, in Atlantean times. Archangels were very much communicating with the planet and with us as beings, because we were at a level of consciousness where we could materialize and create things at will. And this is what this time is. We're moving back to that kind of time, where we had lots of gifts and qualities, where we could connect with each other consciously. We could even we were connecting to each other's thoughts and things like that, and our energy fields were very much more in harmony with source energy, source light, which there's no distance, there's no separation. And this is what this time's about, and this is what this time's about, for us to awaken to that again. So all of these insights about spiritual truths, but they're also about expressing that truth, and walking as in that light, but as that light. And this is what this time's about, and this is why I feel that we're being given this spiritual knowledge and wisdom now at this time, because we're on a frequency again where the planet is open to that frequency, so we can once again become whole, and start to connect it into wholeness and become part of that source light and energy again. So this time and these moments are about us creating. We're creating in a spiritual sort of vision, in a spiritual light. And this is what I feel the masters and the angels are giving us at this time. So that's the insight for today.